Italy and the supercar. It's impossible to separate one from the other. The most powerful and the most exquisite automobiles coming from the land of art, passion, and of course, an undeniable addiction to horsepower. On this episode of Rides, it's off to Italia for the first in-depth look at what some would say is the most super of all supercars on the road today. With only a few thousand made and sold to date, it's one of the reasons why dreams exist. It's the Italian machine that has set the standard for a very select group, and it's being made before our very eyes. This is Rides and Builds, with the Lamborghini Museum and Factory standing as symbols of both the past and the future. Since 1963, the plant has turned out only a relative handful of cars, each one, in its own way, a work of art. Today, this entire plant is dedicated to one thing: handmade supercars. And the newest big bull in the stable is this car. It's a ride that some call perfection. Others call it by its name, Murcielago. With a $273,000 price tag, its 48-valve V12 engine hits speeds of over 200 miles per hour. The Murcielago was designed by a relative newcomer, Luke Donkervolk. And one more thing, that softie isn't recommended if you plan on hitting 100. More testing, this time steering and wheel alignment.
Okay.
The rims are aluminum alloy with dimensions of 8.5 inches at the front and 13 inches at the rear. This roadster will have permanent four-wheel drive with independent front and rear double wishbone suspension and self-adjusting shock absorbers. If you want something with more than the standard 6-speed gearbox, for a mere $10,000 extra, you can get an E-Gear with its Formula One inspired paddle shifter. Since this car is checking out fully and in every way, it's almost time to take it into the dyno booth for a thorough and final testing. It's said that the new Lamborghini era started in 2001 with the Murcielago Coupe, continuing on with the arrival of this new Murcielago Roadster. And speaking of an arrival, as the gang back in California gets ready to have their running of the bulls, they're not fully prepared for a little surprise that Lamborghini has waiting just for them. So finally, this bull is getting ready to